Jeremiah was just a boy when he heard God's call. And the first thing he did is he told God what he lacked. He wasn't well-spoken. He wasn't a revered elder. He wasn't self-confident, obviously. He knew who the other boys were. The popular ones, the ones that came from respected or wealthy families, the ones whom the girls gathered around, the ones who were more athletic than he was. He was well aware of his inadequacies. Jeremiah tells God, I can't do what you want me to do because of who I am and because of who I am not. And God says to Jeremiah, don't be afraid. You know, Jeremiah goes with this list, and God gets right to the root of it. It's not about the list, it's about fear. God says, don't be afraid. Did I ask you who you were? No, I was telling you about my hopes and my dreams and my mission. Life is different for us when we begin not with our own inadequacies, but with God's mission. Monica Clement was a stay-at-home mom in Ohio. She was featured in People magazine, and she wasn't featured in People magazine like some are because of her body. She wasn't featured in People magazine because she was in some great movie or even poor movie that had just come out, or because of her prestigious job or her renown around the world. She was featured in People magazine because she had heard that malaria is preventable, and she looked into the eyes of her own children, and she saw the children of Africa. In her children's eyes, she saw the parents of those children in Africa. And she thought to herself how terrible it would be to lose a child to something that is preventable. How terrible it would be to lose a child to something that can be stopped with a little education and a $10 mosquito net. And so Monica, seeing the world's children in the eyes of her children, decided to take a part-time job. There she is doing her part-time job. She gets $8.25 an hour. It's not much, but every hour she can almost buy a mosquito net, and all the money she has earned so far has gone toward Imagine No Malaria. Her kids are at home, but they have a babysitter because some people were so compelled by what she was doing, they thought, well, I want to be part of this too. And she found a couple of qualified babysitters who just, for nothing, are willing to do the care needed so she can go out and make enough to buy malaria nets. Monica is not a doctor, but she saved over 200 lives so far, just in this short time she has been working, unloading boxes in the store she works at. She began with God's mission, not with her own limitations. Grace has some people who aren't in worship right now because they're down the hall in the education wing. And they're missing worship. I mean, they're not here missing worship. They're literally missing worship. They feel that tug. And yet they also feel the tug of God saying there are children that need to be taught and cared for and nurtured in the faith. And so they're down the hall. There are others, not because they were bored and had nothing to do and no other task to be part of, but others who felt a call to be part of the little lending library. And so if you go in the library of the church right now, you'll see it's been reorganized and it's tidied up, and down on the lower shelves are children's books, and those are the books that will be carried out as needed to the little lending library. Something happens when we focus not on our needs and what we need to do with our time for ourselves, but how we can use our time for others. There are, as God tells Jeremiah, attitudes that need pulling down and plucking up. There are ways of being that need to be overthrown and destroyed. And some of those attitudes and those ways are within us. And we need to let go of them within our own being. And then there are the dreams and the hopes that God wants to plant and that God wants to build upon. And God can use us to do that planting and that building upon. A few years after an accident that nearly claimed his life, a young man was reflecting back upon those weeks when he was near death, those weeks when he was in and out of coma. And he describes it this way. And I don't know if he meant it metaphorically or if he meant these were actual visions he was having, but he said death would come. The devil would come when he was in that hospital bed and reach out his hand with something that was tempting. And he said it was so tempting. He just wanted to reach so badly. Take that desired thing out of death's hand because it would have been so easy. And yet he also knew that it would mean death. And even that would have been so easy compared to fighting for life. But he said every day there was a friend, or there was a family member, or there was even a hospital staff person that would come and just sit with him for a little bit. Sometimes read to him, sometimes hold a hand, but just wish him well. He said it was because of those people who came just for a little bit every day and wished him well, they held him in this life and gave him the strength not to reach out for death. And they probably didn't even know they were doing that time. But they were the community of strength. They were building, they were planting the seeds of life. If we want to overcome our own fears and our worries and our inadequacies, it begins with asking God how we can be somebody else's strength and encouragement today. If we want a new life that is more meaningful and less anxiety-filled, it begins with saying to God, will you show me today, God? Just show me a way I can be part of your mission. Show me how I can bless someone. And it shifts our focus away from our inadequacies and fears for God's goodness and God's hopes and dreams. I wasn't ever a fan, per se, of Grey's Anatomy. I don't know why, but I do know a good line when I hear it. And a line from Grey's Anatomy, from Alex, when he was getting married, is this. Alex began his wedding vows with these words, "Today is the day my life begins. Today I become accountable to someone other than myself." God tells Jeremiah, do not be afraid. Today I have given you a mission.